Hey, what's going on, guys? Hex Competitive back again today with a brand new video, and as always down title below, we're talking about today. So first and foremost, let's just hop right into the video, and the title does not deceive you. We're going to be talking about Sword Art Online Season 3 once again. It's been a while, so we're just going to dive into how I think Sword Art Online Season 3 can be successful. And to start this video off, I'm actually just going to say right at the rip. Sword Art Online needs to be like progressive. It needs to use and abuse the world that it has. Virtual reality is something that everyone wants. Everyone has always wanted virtual reality anime. Everyone's always wanted to, experience virtual reality, especially the otaku culture and or fan base. Because I think a lot of people who are actually otakus actually are gamers at the same time. I mean, I think a lot of you guys even realize that yourself, and this is why this show appeals to you. You like anime and you like video games, and these are two things combined into one. So the biggest thing in Sword Art Online is actually it has time skips in the first season, and we see that, and that's really kind of like the first time we have a full-fledged season that's based on being inside a game. Given yes, every season is that, but even in GGO, season 2, we see that there's a lot of stuff going on outside the game, and season 3 is actually kind of gonna be like Kirito is trapped in a game once again, but it's not exactly going to be like that. But what do I mean by that? So what I'm getting at here, Sword Art Online Season 3 is going to be a lot like Season 1, except it's not going to be quite a death game. That's all I can really go into without spoilers and stuff like that. But nonetheless, Sword Art Online's gonna have the chance to kind of redeem itself. Redeem Season 1, too. Given I like Season 1, yes, but I think we all realize it does have those time skips. So one thing that Sword Art Online needs to do is, it needs to cut dialogue, which it is light novel, so there's going to be a lot. And Season 3 is going to actually contain a lot of dialogue, but I have heard from light novel readers, it's actually the best arc in the entire light novel. Even though the light novel is said to be better than the anime in general, Season 3 goes above and beyond even the first two seasons and or first two, I guess, light novels that would contain the content for Season 1 and 2. So instead of having just like kind of worthless dialogue, Sword Art Online Season 3 needs to dive into the world. Like I said a little bit earlier in the video, use and abuse it. Show us how the main menu screen works, in the sense of like, you don't just have him, Kirito swipe and have the main menu in front of him. Show us the options, show us, settings, show us all these different character traits. Like for instance, in the SAO progressive manga and or light novel, which I read the manga, but still, nonetheless, this was a scene inside the, light novel of SAO Progressive, not just the SAO Progressive manga. They tell you that if you go to your menu, you can actually recover a weapon. Simple things like that really will add up. And I think instead of, spending time with dialogue that is kind of going to be useless, unless it's something that's, kind of initiating us an interaction with a new character in Kirito, yes, that kind of stuff is fine, but it needs to cut dialogue that is useless. Don't cut important dialogue, and that is something that's going to be hard for A1 Pictures, but it would not just be hard for A1 Pictures, it would be hard for anyone in general. It's not just A1 Pictures who would have this issue. Mangas are a lot easier to adapt than light novels because there is less dialogue. But I think the best way to really picture, and no pun intended, picture the anime for A1 Pictures is the fact that they need to say, hey, let's cut useless dialogue. Let's go look at the manga of SAO. And I really think, and people be like, whoa, Hex, the manga is not near as good as the light novel. And I may even say, yes, you're probably right. I probably agree with you, even though I haven't read it. And given I do like the SAO progressive, mangas. But if they were to make the anime like the manga, and especially base it off of a manga like SAO progressive, which is, well, actually does go into detail and does actually give some kind of context on Asuna's past throughout the rip, which this is Season 3, so we don't need that. But if it were to kind of function, take the light novel and make it look like a manga, and then animate it like that, treat it as if it is a manga, it would come out a lot better. I'm just saying, it would come out a lot better. One, the pacing would be quick enough, and wouldn't be too fast, and they wouldn't have, I mean, it's a long arc in general, and you can probably make 2 seasons out of it, then don't worry about it. The arc is what the arc is. You don't have to worry about skipping massive steps of content. You're not in a rush. A1 Pictures' biggest problem here is, take your time. You own the anime industry. You are Sword Art Online. You're the #1 selling light novel in Japan like the past 3 or 4 years, I think. I know it's been at least the past 2, but just take that into consideration. You have all the time in the world. You have all, I mean, don't wait 4 years to make the show. That's what I'm getting at. I'm saying take your time adapting it, and adapt it kind of how you want it to. Don't adapt it as if it is a light novel. Adapt it as if it is a manga. But one thing that SAO, Season 3, I just want to hop into really quick, does have actually going for it is the fact that other characters like Asuna and stuff aren't going to have major roles from what I've been told. So this is a chance to really, take these characters like, I think it's Straya, and there's some like Alice, and I'm not going to jump into anymore because I'm not sure what their names are, I don't want to butcher them, but take those characters, use them, and abuse them in this world. Characterization, character development, and give us context on their past. Give us the setting and give us the events that led up to them being in this new world called Elysiation. And of course they're going to do that with Kirito. I think they do just about everything right with Kirito, outside of explaining why he's actually very good at video games, which the light novel will tell you. So yeah, once again, take your time, treat it as if it's a manga, skip on what the dialogue, no fillers. They don't need fillers in the show. I'm just saying that. You don't need fillers in Sword Art Online. You don't. You don't need it. And that's another big thing. You don't need fillers in Sword Art Online. Why? Why? They've made so much money, just put in perspective, they have enough for a couple anime seasons, and they could do crappy on the next 2 if they wanted to. Because from what I'm hearing, it is supposed to be a 2-season, not a 2 core, but it's going to take about 50 episodes to actually complete the Elysiation arc if they do keep on the pace like they did with the other, seasons prior to this, right? But nonetheless, if they do take their time and they do treat it as a manga and they do use and abuse this world that they have in front of them, laid out in front of them, and give us give us context on the world itself too, which they did kind of slightly go into season 1. They didn't at all go into season 2. I mean, it's not just world building, guys, that needs to be done here, and take their time doing so and not have these time skips. The biggest thing is give us context on the world too. Give us the setting. Give us the events that made them want to make the game. Do all these things properly, and the show should come out smoothly. Because Sword Art Online didn't have, the action wasn't the issue with Sword Art Online. It was characters not getting screen time, which now they should. These characters are going to be kind of forced to have screen time, I think, judging by how the season 3 is kind of formatted. He's going to have a new group with him, so Asuna and other cheerleaders can't interfere with that. They're going to have everything they need right there. They have. I think the biggest problem with Sword Art Online as it continues to go is you have such a big cast already, and now they're going to have a chance to insert Kirito into a world where no one else can reach him. And that's as far as I can go once again without getting spoilers. So they're gonna have to have the chance to use and abuse the characters, and all after that, all they gotta do is world build, give us context on these new characters' past, give the characters characterization, give the characters character development. More so than the other characters, which Austin is the only one that really got much. Sinon did too. But other than that, still. And, characterization, character development, world building, give us context on how the world came to be, right? Give us context on the world itself, give us the setting, give us the events, and for the characters, give us the context on their, on their past. I guess context could be the lack of a better word whenever I say give us context on the character's past, but it does make sense. A flashback of a character's past always equals setting and events. Setting and events. Context and characterization, I always, say they're the same because you usually get characterization a lot of times through flashbacks. And, it's the same thing as context because you're giving us the setting of the character's past, and then you're giving us the events of the character's past, and which lead up to, of course, characterization, which lets us know the character's better. But it's Sword Art Online can do these things. If I should say, if A1 Pictures can do these things, they're gonna be successful, man. But that's what they need to do in order for Sword Art Online Season 3 to have a great Season 3. As always, guys, you guys have been Hex. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitter, X25. Check out my Patreon down in the description below in order for me to help me bring you guys better content. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.